And joining us now on the phone is Mr. Don Smith. Don is the Vice President of Zerez Holdings. Their company stock symbol ZRZH. Don, welcome back to the program.
Thank you, Don. Glad to be here.
Well, I'm glad to have you back because I know you're dealing with sustainable farming and greenhouses and such, and you've looked and have entered the cannabis space. You must be very pleased as a company with the legislation about cannabis that appears to be sweeping the country.
Well, we are, and looking at the market overall, the last couple of weeks past the election, the entire marijuana sector or cannabis stock sector has actually taken a bit of a beating, and I think some of it is just uncertainty of how each of these states will implement their laws. But there's no denying that two things are going on. One is that 67 million Americans now have access to cannabis in either a recreational or medical form that did not just a few years ago. And second is that it's undeniable that this is the fastest growing market on the planet, with sustainable organic food farming being very, very close behind. Just last month, Colorado published a report saying that in the year 2016, it's created some 18,000 full-time jobs and added about $2.5 billion to the state's economy. So you now add on top of that the excitement that's just come from California that's passed us in a recreational fashion with a 15% tax, and Nevada with a 10% tax, Maine with a 10% tax. It's definitely going to make an impact in jobs and the economy. And then, of course, there's the demand to be filled, and that's where our excitement is in the smart greenhouse market.
Well, we look forward to hearing more about that. Again, the company is Zerez Holdings. ZRZH is their stock symbol. I imagine we'll be hearing a lot of reports about new revenues and new orders coming in. Look forward to talking to you again, Don. Thanks so much.
You bet. Talk to you next week.
Take care.